Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome all my Aquarius friends, whether it's your sun, your rising, or your moon sign, to your April 2016 alchemy reading. And I'm looking forward to it. You're closing up the air signs. You yourself, Aquarius, is a fixed air sign. And as the fixed air sign, you are the second month in the season. So you're the center point. And it is your job to maintain that season, to balance it out. Between from the ones that brought in the season, you center it. And then the ones that come to exit the season. Fixed signs concentrate and solidify ideas. Okay, so you're sort of like that concrete center, okay? But you're allowed to, have the daisies grow through the cracks, yes. Okay, Aquarius, so you are a fixed air sign, and your season is winter, okay? Winter, so we're coming into our blossoming season here in the northern hemisphere, so. Well, for the Aquarius fixed air sign, I wanted to bring out the, for all the air signs, I wanted to bring out the unicorns. And the High Priestess came out via this deck, the Tarot of the Unicorns, for the fourth time. Fourth time, okay. So I find it very fascinating that she too, and in a way, I don't even want to put her back in the deck. I want her to represent, and if a priestess comes out again, because I've been working with the wisdom of the hidden realms via Colette Baron Reed, and she has come out twice. Her priestess. This is her image as a priestess, her priestess self, and she's come out twice. And then another priestess came out from another deck, and now the unicorn brought out the priestess of their deck, okay? And I'm working with the romance angels for the relationship of the lovers that opened up the air signs, which were the Gemini. And I just finished doing the Libras, and now we're going to shine on the Aquarius. And beautiful, beautiful. And I do love your trump card, my dear Aquarius. You're the star card, Major Arcana. And that's about that insight and inspiration and intuition. Definitely intuition. You guys definitely are visionaries. And I find you fascinating. You really are. You're people-oriented, humanitarian at heart. And you are original. Okay, so I'd like, I'm starting a new breathing because I'm doing many readings now, back-to-back, daily, which I never really did daily reads, per se. And I'm enjoying it, but I need to breathe. It works for me, it helps me, so at the moment here, I'd like all of us to exhale. We're going to do a kind of breathing that we exhale first, and then that'll command our lungs to take a deep breath. That's what we want to practice, deep breathing. So let's just exhale strong and bold right now. Exhale. And inhale, bold and strong. Inhale, hold for 10 seconds. And exhale slowly. Okay. And that's what we're going to try to do from here on out, is because it truly does, it centers me, and it just, I need deep breathing when I'm pulling these different readings. I prefer to stand. I was sharing in another reading, I prefer to stand, but I don't have that. But I'm working on getting that room set up so we can have a different kind of setup then. All right. So let's take another deep breath here in the respect of exhale out. Deep and bold exhale. And inhale just as deep and bold. I didn't pull that card, but it just kind of stood out, so I'm going to select it via the High Priestess. Again, exhale, strong and bold, exhale. Inhale. And exhale slowly, or just a burst of energy out. Just exhale. Okay, and so that's how we want to deep breathe. We really want to feel that, you know, kind of tap that mana, that chi. So exhaling first, or to begin with, gets out all that carbon dioxide, and then we can just take in a real strong inhale of the oxygen. Look at that. That's what they're saying right here. Yay! Deep breathe, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale. Show the love, right? Inhale love, exhale peace. Exhale peace, inhale love. Wonderful, the 10 of Cups. But we've been saying that those 10s are about, large amount. That's a big number. That's the success number. And here we have success, rainbows, and the unicorns, family, and, you know, just all working with artistic realms, art, dreams come true, just, and, well, since we're working with Aquarius, we have to bring in that cosmic realm. The stars are here. Beautiful. My goodness, we cannot deny it, my darlings. Oh, and the dragons here brought in vigor and intimacy. I'll read those when we get to these little dragons deck. But it again, it brought in love, intimacy, good health, vigor, and most definitely it's just been bringing in that family love as well. Family love. And now we have the Queen of Swords. Yes. I like this image in this deck of the Queen of Swords. And the queens and the kings and the jacks, all about those, you know, mastering themselves. Those people that can go to the top, and they don't mind getting dirty because they've been in the bottom. Okay, that's the beauty about these people. The ones, you know, the ones that we want to help rule. We want people who've been through it all. Okay, so let's pick up the cards, all of them, and see what we can analyze. But to begin with, every zodiac sign for the month of April has received some type of abundance, resource, coin that was done by you all, you know, sweat, tears, but the rewards, amazing. Look at this. This is cool stuff here. And we have the Magician. Nice. Okay. And you see the Magician, the Alchemist, all work with the elements. Earth, air, fire, water. And that's why we want to work. And with the air element, that's the intellect. So we do want to make sure that our mind is calm, thinking straight, analyzing, healthy. Okay, but see, he's got the shield, the coin rather, the cup as the grail. He's got a unicorn horn as his wand. Okay. So all these truths, right? The Excalibur wand, truth. The unicorn horn, truths. The Holy Grail, about truths. Right, that coin, that shield, earnest money, truths. And you can work magic with all those truths. Okay? Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay, so we're working with the romance angels here because I wanted to have that loyal feel. Because mainly on our mind is usually money and romance. So how are we feeling? But we are feeling that we'd like a little romance. Maybe something a little more solid and stable than just hanging out at the club. Which, again, you know, we all go through our cycles, my darlings. So just always be safe and not sorry. And trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay. Have trust out there. Because it seems that perhaps with the Magician here and the happy, happy family card here, the emotional card, lots of love in the house, and the Queen of Swords, I mean, she's definitely emotionally brutal. She can cut you sharp, but it's because she wants you to realize what you have going on. So we can trust all these cards that came before the trust card to say, okay, I'm going to have faith because look at all this to support me, saying yes, yes, take that leap of faith. We're here. We can acknowledge you. We can show you that these energies that we have are real and we can support you. And we say yes to that. Okay? We say yes. And the High Priestess has been here. And the High Priestess loves her Luna, loves her moon. And she loves when the lovers love the moon. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Okay. So just take it slow and easy, right? Get to know each other. Nothing hasty, nothing impulsive. If it's meant to be, it will be. But you can trust that and have faith that there's something solid on the table. And just take it easy. Baby steps, like everything. We've been talking about the baby steps for a while now. So even in the romance department, just take it easy. Easy go lucky. The Swan, transformation. Trusting the psychic gifts. Okay. Wow, that kind of took a turn right away in the respect how deep they want this. Since we're pulling the romance deck, and now both these cards are saying trusting the psychic gifts, the situation, calling for you to have faith. And faith is about you intuitively, innately, intimately, psychically tapping the divine so we can make the right choices that they bring to us, that they oh my goodness gracious. Look at this, my darlings. Trust. Okay, where's the wood? Right? Gotta knock on that wood. Trust is the passcode. What's the passcode? Trust. How do you spell it? Trust. 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 And we have perception here as well. Perception is, when you have trust, I mean, that's pretty solid. Okay. You can't deny when something is truly the truth and in trust. Wow. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Let me see what this card is. Truth! Oh my gosh. Trust in the truth. Trust in truths. Trust in truths. Trust in truths. Trust in truths. Wow. That's fun. I don't think I've ever seen this kind of rhyming thing come through. But that's what they want. Okay? So just believe in you. Let's see what the dragons have to say here. Because I wanted to keep the dragons on board. Since opening up with the Emperor Aries card. And this new moon that's coming through here. Celebrate that Aries new moon. Put those intentions out there. Because even, look at that, trust. Trust in the truths. Divine flow will send you that romance. Definitely. Okay. So let us see what this one has to say here. And this is the River Queen again. Flow, letting go. Natural movement. This is the third time. 4 times this card from the Unicorn deck was the 4th time. High Priestess. Now the River Queen from this deck, from the Hidden Realms, Wisdom. 3rd time. So the feminine, receptive, the water, the cups, totally the queens are talking, because in the water, the ranking card, the rank court card is the queens. So yes, the queens, the dames, the dames, las reinas, the empresses are here. 36, number 9, love that number. Well, my. Hold on, let's put these down and pick a dragon card. But we have to go to read the River Queen again. That's the 3rd time she has a message. And we've been talking about letting go, going with the flow. Actually, one of the videos for April 2016, which I just dropped, I titled it, Let Go, Flow. I apologize, I can't remember what was the zodiac sign, but the River Queen. Potential. This dragon prizes the treasures it keeps in the dark. What worth can you find today in hidden places? Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Potential. All right, so remember, we're on, we want to not give away our spiritual treasure. We want to keep that alive and well. So we need to protect ourselves. That's another thing coming. The blocking video, for us to always go out there with beautiful thoughts of positivity, but just always block. Okay, it doesn't hurt to block yourselves, just like you'd wear protective clothing when if it was raining outside. You take your umbrella, or snow boots if it's snowing. You know what I'm saying. We gotta start really doing that. Flow, letting go, natural movement. So this is the 3rd time in the month of April, for the month of April 2016, that the River Queen has come through in a read. The River Queen flows into your life as an ally to remind you about the concept of allowing and the law of non-attachment. Remember that all rivers come from the mountains and run to the sea to be absorbed by the larger body of water. There, the liquid evaporates into clouds that rain on the mountains to continue an endless cycle of fluidity. The River Queen requires you, in quotes, to be fluid and to let go of rigidity and perfectionism. You will travel far as long as you let go and let flow, even maneuvering around the greatest blockages like water streams around big boulders. No obstacle can hold you back now if you're willing to surrender to the natural flow of events. Be easy on yourself and others, and watch how smoothly you move forward. You may be surprised where the river takes you. Okay? You may be surprised. So that sounds like the plan to have. Just let it go, okay? Let go. Don't put so much strain on you. All right? And let's see what this beautiful swan has to say here. Swan totem animal wisdom is beautiful. And it's, you know, it definitely has to do also like with the soul crossing. So let's see what it has to say, because that's another theme I'd like to see once we get solid for ourselves and feel good, is aiding these souls to pass. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. This is from the Wisdom of Avalon. Oh, sorry. The Wisdom of Avalon. I had the, because I have both color books up. So the swan comes from the Wisdom of Avalon. The River Queen came from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. And I'll have to try to look back on who received the River Queen, but she's come out. This is the third time. I know that. That is for certain. Okay. Here we go. 12. The Swan. Transformation. Trusting the psychic gifts. This card represents a transformation from one state to another. From the ugly duckling to the beautiful swan. This signals a period of growth that will ultimately be life-changing. The swan says that you may change so much that you may not recognize yourself in the end. Most important, it is time to honor and love this change within yourself, for then only the most beautiful reflection will shine back at you from the mirror of your life. Well, isn't that wonderful? Because we've been saying that, and especially for those when we're doing the love scenes forecast, and I have this new Oshun reading, love reading for every month now. But to seek that romantic love, you have to value yourself. So you have to have that mantra, that chant every day you wake up or you go to sleep. You know, I value myself. I honor my soul. I treat both myself and my soul with loving care and respect. You know, whatever floats your boat, people, but you got to take care of you first. Okay? The swan says, dive in. You will love who you become. It also reminds you that you need to trust your intuition. Oh, God. Trust your intuition. Okay, so pay attention to your intuition. Trust your intuition. There's truth. I'm not even going to read it. I'm going to just, here it is. We're just going to let the swan enable us. I got to put those little papers back in there. Okay, because really, how can we deny it now? We have to trust. Trust, trust. And the swan, there's truth and trust. Truth in trust. Okay. The swan is the companion of the high priestess. Oh my. How wonderful. I remember reading that. Yes, well, I knew it's a beautiful card, but now that we recognize that here is the high priestess, and she's come out 4 times for April, so I guess this is really saying truth, trust, trust, the swan, trusting the psychic gifts, trust. Here's the high priestess. They want you to trust your intuition, no doubt about it, and trust that when that romantic or that romance kind of love comes forward, that will be sent via intuitive channels. Okay, let me reread this. The swan says, dive in. You will love who you become. It also reminds you that you need to trust your intuition and your psychic gifts to guide you as you go through the process of wonderful and ultimate change. The swan is the companion of the high priestess, who has the ability to part the mists that serve to separate Avalon from the physical world. The swan can dive into the lake on her behalf and find treasure that human eyes cannot see. Okay, so let's read that last sentence too. The swan is the companion of the high priestess, who has the ability to part the mists that serve to separate Avalon from the physical world. The swan can dive into the lake on her behalf and find that spiritual treasure that human eyes cannot see. So that's that human, we have that spiritual treasure, but you really can't see it, but you'll feel it and you'll know it, just like it says right here. You'll know it, okay? The swan reminds you to see with your heart and listen with your spirit, and the whole world can be magically transformed. There you are. The swan reminds you to see with your heart and listen with your spirit. Beautiful. And the whole world can be magically transformed. And so much potential. And here we have, and the river queen, no doubt, is goddess Ocean. She is known as a river queen. So Oshun is here. Our lovely Orisha, 3 times the love and the beauty, bringing it home. Yamaya also mermaid. She's depicted as mermaid. Look at this. The treasures, spiritual treasures are just all over. They want so much for us. It's beautiful. And look at this. The alchemy has already begun. You can't even deny it. You can't even say, no, sorry, it's not working for you. Right? No, you can't. It's working for us. The alchemy has begun. And we've been working on it for a year now. Okay? A year. So let's just keep going and see what happens, my darlings. So think about it. A year has gone by. I can't even believe it's April. 4 months into first quarter of 2016. Hasta la vista. Crazy good. Thank you, my dears. My air signs, really, you brought it home for us. It's, we'll read the water signs next tomorrow. But it just is saying the abundance is not going away. All of them for April 2016, same thing. Coins on the table, leprechaun bags full of gold. Just 10 of Cups opens your reading, Aquarius. You have the Magician here. It's just wonderful. Wonderful. So, just keep going. Mental clarity. Mental clarity. Keep some things hidden. Some things keep secret. You don't ever, if you have something you're working on, don't want to tell too much. Okay? Because truth and trust will be your protectors. You don't have to share too much. Okay? You really don't. And you know what? Since I got these in my hand, let's just do a, this is from the Avalon. Let's just see what's 47 and 51. These truth and trust, because that's kind of wild. How truth and trust just came out. Wham, bam. In trust right here. Trust again. The situation is calling you to have faith. So trust in the romantic department. Transformation. Trust your psychic gifts. Pay attention to your intuition. And here's the High Priestess. High Priestess and the River Queen sharing the same conversation. Okay, you all have this potential. We are all born gifted with psychic abilities. We just gotta, open up those centers, those energy centers, and trust in them. Okay, so trust, trust, trust. So let's see what it says here. Trust, because this is just uncanny. How truth and trust. All right, so trust. Do you have issues with faith? Do you have expectations of betrayal? Do you trust the mystery? Do you insist on mapping each tiny detail of your life, believing yourself to be the center of the universe? This marker reminds you that trust is required to move forward on your path. Belief and trust in a higher power is about having faith that the outcome will be what it should be, no matter what it is. It is timely for you to place your trust in the divine, in your angels, and in the knowledge that there is a divine plan for all. And that's recently been saying a lot. Talk to your angels, or have your children talk to their angels. This marker also asks you to remember that humankind is imperfect, and even if you place your trust in another, there's potential for this trust to be broken. Oh, God. Okay, so see potential. The dragon prizes treasures it keeps in the dark. What worth can you find today in hidden places? So some of these things maybe we should keep hidden. We were just saying, don't tell all your agendas, okay, to everyone. Keep things secret for now, especially if you're planning a new future for yourselves. Okay, this means that you need to be discerning and not trust blindly. Be mindful of who and what you place your trust in. Is this person, thing, or situation worthy? Trustworthy? In a relationship between you and the mystery, you and the God and Goddess, and you and the divine living planet, there is a sacred relationship where trust is never broken. Only you can break it by forgetting who you are, a spirit in temporary human form. Remember who you are. Okay, remember who you are, and that's kind of been coming out too. Remember who you are, okay? You're God's gift to this planet, and remember, we're here on a temporary stay in this body, but we keep on ticking. We're all the same. We're all one. Big flash bulb of light. That's pretty much the trust. Okay, trust. And since we got trust, let's just finish with the angels. Let's just read from the angels. I'm just curious how the angel cards have to say this. Read for the trust, because that's kind of wild. Trust, trust, trust. Yes. Yeah. So let's see what the trust is trying to say, because we want to make the right decisions now. We want to work with the divine, and we want to make the right decisions. In response to your question, the romance angels ask you to trust that everything is exactly as it needs to be. Do not add fear to the situation, which will only create drama and negativity. Instead, the angels ask you to release your worries to them. There we go. Another release your worries. Full moon in Scorpio is the one. We'll have to do something awesome ritual for this full moon, because it's been about release. In other readings, it's been talking about release. Your present situation is here to bring your blessings and personal growth, leading to the beautiful romantic love you so deeply desire and deserve. As you follow the pathway you're currently on, trust that it's leading you in the right direction. Your faith uplifts your energy, which in turn attracts positive experiences and people, including your romantic partner. This truly is a situation where with faith, all things are possible, right? All things, and miracles happen every day, don't they? So have faith, trust in the higher powers that be. Truth is with us. Never give up on you. Align with Great Spirit, and if it's meant to be, it will be. So be it. Love you all. Ciao.